Did you know that in a bizarre twist of fate, 80% of the world's wealth is controlled by just 20% of people? And guess what? This isn't just some global conspiracy, it's a principle that can make or break your personal finances too. Welcome to the wild world of the 80-20 rule, or as the fancy folks call it, the Pareto principle. Imagine if you could work just one day a week and still get all the financial benefits of a full week's labor. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, buckle up, because that's the magic of the 80-20 rule, where 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. Today, we're diving into how this can turn your financial life from a comedy of errors into a blockbuster success story. The Pareto principle, named after Vilfredo Pareto, an Italian economist who back in the 1890s noticed that 80% of Italy's peas came from 20% of the pods. Now, if only we could apply that to our wallets, right? Here's how it plays out in finance. Globally, according to a study by Credit Suisse in 2023, 76% of the world's wealth is held by the top 10% of adults. That's a bit more skewed than Pareto's peas, but follows the same idea. Did you know in the US, the top 1% own about 32% of the wealth? If you're thinking, how does this help me? Consider this. Your top 20% of investments might be quietly doing 80% of the work in your portfolio. As Warren Buffett once said, there seems to be some perverse human characteristic that likes to make easy things difficult. In finance, we often complicate what should be simple, like focusing on what gives us the best returns, rather than spreading ourselves too thin. Want to know where your money is really coming from? A report from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics in 2024 showed that for many professionals, specialization in one or two skills can dramatically increase earnings. So if you're good at coding or data analysis, you might as well be printing your own money. Use spreadsheets or financial software. They're like magnifying glasses for your money. But beware, sometimes the skills you think are making you rich are just making you busy. A study by Harvard Business School found that focusing on a niche can increase a business's revenue by up to 80% in some cases, compared to those with a broader focus. Ever wondered why your wallet feels like it's on a diet? Because 20% of your expenses are probably gobbling up 80% of your cash. According to a 2024 survey by Joe Banking Rates, cutting down on luxury subscriptions can save you upwards of $300 a year. Imagine what you could do with an extra gym membership's worth of cash. Buy a small island, maybe. As Suze Orman says, people first, then money, then things. Prioritize your financial health over fleeting pleasures. What if I told you that you might be sitting on a gold mine but just haven't noticed? A study by Fidelity Investments in 2023 showed that 86% of investors who adjusted their portfolios based on performance metrics increased their returns by at least 15%. Rebalancing your portfolio can be like pruning a bonsai tree. You cut back the weak branches to let the strong ones flourish. But remember, past performance isn't a crystal ball for future gains. Did you know that according to a 2024 Bloomberg report, 90% of the S&P 500's gains in the last decade came from just 20% of the stocks? How much time do you spend managing your money? Too much if you're not automating. A Mint.com study found that people who automate their savings save 37% more than those who don't. Manual financial management is like trying to dig a well with a teaspoon. Ever considered hiring a robo-advisor? They're like having a financial wizard on speed dial. Feeling like debt is a noose around your neck? That's because the high-interest ones are the real culprits. The avalanche method, where you tackle the highest interest rates first, can reduce the time you're in debt by years. As Dave Ramsey puts it, debt is dumb, cash is king. Focus on eliminating high-interest debt to free up your financial future. Think networking is just about shaking hands and giving out business cards? It's about finding your financial soulmates. According to LinkedIn's 2024 networking trends, strong professional relationships can increase your salary by 15%. But remember, not all relationships pay dividends. Some just drain your social battery. Ever felt overwhelmed by your financial to-do list? Focus on the goals that matter most. A goal-setting experiment by the University of Scranton showed that people who focus on fewer major goals achieve 80% more success. Setting too many goals is like trying to catch too many fish with one net. You'll end up with nothing. So there you have it, folks. The 80-20 rule isn't just a fancy economic theory. It's a practical guide to making your financial life less of a circus and more of a well-orchestrated symphony. By focusing on what truly impacts your financial health, you're not just saving money, you're buying back time. And who wouldn't want more of that? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, because in the world of finance, being the first to know can mean the difference between being the 20% or the 80%. Remember, financial success isn't about doing everything, it's about doing the right things. And with the Pareto principle in your toolkit, you're well on your way to making your financial dreams a reality without the comedic pitfalls. Until next time, keep your finances fun, your savings high, and your debts low.
And do subscribe to the channel.